Hello and welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I did exactly what I said I'd do last time, which is stand right here until our buff wore off. Now, we need to wait for the baths to open, which will probably be around then, at which point we're going to have a bath, which will magically make it so that we don't have to go to sleep, which will be fantastic. It also means we won't have to eat as well.
At least take a bath before you go out.
Yes, that's what I'm doing.
Aye. I'll head to the bathhouse right away.
Yes, that's why I'm here. Yes.
I'd like to use your services.
Aye, the baths are open.
Yeah, I thought they might be. That's why I'm here.
Prepare me a hot bath.
Of course.
There we go. So, now we've had the bath. I believe that should have got rid of all of the other stuff that we need to do. That actually didn't fix our energy and nourishment. Do you have to go for the wounds one for it to do that? Let's try that. Because it definitely did it once.
Christ, pardon me.
I mean, we always could just go to sleep or something, but let's see. Or maybe it's time spent in the bath raises these? I don't know. Let's say I want to cure my wounds as well.
My body.
Sir.
There we go.
Tend to my.
Might be the level above that, at which point we're not doing it. But, let's see. So we had a bath, then we had a second bath. And there we go, look at that. Energy and nourishment are pretty much full. Although they're not completely full, so it must be like a time-based thing as well. Interesting. Anyway, now we've done that, we are now ready to, I guess, go back to the main quest, because these are all fighting, right? Although maybe Chenyek has a new quest for us. We should double check whether Chenyek has a new quest. And then it's probably back to the main quest. Yeah. Alright. Let's head over here. Actually, you know what? While we're on this sorting everything out, let's head this way, and that way we can go to the laundry on the way past, and we can wash all of our other clothes. Which would be good. Right. Over here. Jump over this way, and let's launder. All. Confirm. Right. So now all of our clothing is actually washed, which is good. Also, while we're here and we're doing all of this sort of stuff and taking a 2-second break to sort things out, we should probably fix up all of our stuff if we've got anything that needs fixed. Let's just see. Yeah, we might actually have to... Actually, these aren't equipped, right? Yeah, that's fine. We don't need to fix those up. We might want to sell them, but... yeah, cool. Blacksmith. Repair these. Cobbler. Definitely repair those. Gunsmith we don't really use. Marksman. Repair that. And tailor's kits. Perfect. So now all of our stuff is fixed up as well. So, that's much better. Feeling better already. It's a nice sunny day. All of our clothing is fixed. We're clean. It's good. Right. In here. Close that behind us. Let's just see if Chenyek has anything else for us, because it claims he does. No, so he doesn't actually have anything new for us. So it could be that he has another quest that opens later. That's always a possibility, but confirmed he doesn't have anything now. Right. There's our horse. Get on our horse. It's time to head to the Devil's Den, where we're probably just going to immediately sleep, I'll be honest with you, but, you know, let's head up here. Yeah, it really depends when we get there, but if we're going to get there later at night, most likely, we're just going to sleep. Oh, I should have checked back at the bathhouse. Oh, someone's being ambushed. We'll stop that. But yeah, we should check for more savior snaps and other such things, and weaker Nighthawk things, and... oh, we just failed the tournament quest again. Okay.
Give me your money. This is a robbery. What the...
Hello.
Help! I feel quite hungry!
What was that battle cry?
You wanna try me?
You want to try me? Right. Hello.
That's the second time this has happened. What the hell did I do to deserve this? Thank God you turned up, my friend. Thank you.
Oh, glad to help.
Nah, don't mention it. I'm just glad you're all right.
All thanks to you. Here, take this. A keepsake. And thank you again.
I quite liked it. It's the second time this has happened to me. Like, he wasn't mad that it happened, he's just mad it's happened twice. So it's just an inconvenience at this point. Right. Sell the groschen, or get the groschen. And horse. There we go. I was thinking in my head, by the way, the reason I said the word sell is I was like, oh, I should have sold those things back at town that I said I was going to sell. And then completely forgot. So it was like, two things just triggering at once going, oh, damn. Anyway. I also want to check what the symbol is on the map. I don't entirely recognize it, but I do. I'll show you which one I'm meaning when we arrive. What is that symbol? Just a combat arena. Okay, so it's just so if you wanted to do more Dry Devil stuff, you could. It's just somewhere to practice, I guess. Do you have anything else? Nope. All right. Cool. We should wash up and then we can progress the main quest.
A tankard of ale, thanks.
Oh, hey, Samuel. Hello, 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 everyone. Oh, we were going to speak to you actually as well. Hello. I'm interested in your past.
Sir Vaculin, you've had an exciting life. Tell me some stories.
Bien sûr. Your interest is gratifying and quite understandable.
Where does the name Brabant come from?
That is simple. My compatriots call me that because I am originally from Brabant province. And the name stuck. One day, I shall tell you about my place of birth, but I am sure you will long to hear about the conquest of Arezzo, yes? Or would you rather hear how I saved the King of France from certain death?
Tell me about the Battle of Arezzo.
Arezzo sounds interesting.
And so it was. That is where I earned my knighthood from the great Enguerrand de Concy himself, the commander of our Naples campaign. Enguerrand arranged his forces for battle, and I was put in charge of one of the cavalry units. Out of nowhere, the enemy appeared on our unprotected flank, and Enguerrand set me to hold them back so our main force could regroup. But I saw a gap in the enemy's main phalanx. I sounded the charge and sped forwards.
Wasn't that rather risky?
Un chevalier français fears nothing.
I reckon King Sigismund would think otherwise after Constantinople.
That was completely different. Alors, I caught them by surprise. I hacked my way to their standard and broke through all the way to the enemy's reserves. My attack sowed confusions in the enemy's ranks that encouraged the overlords who raced to join me, scattering everything in their path. And that is how we won the famous victory at Arezzo. Seeing that the force that was supposed to protect them had been routed. The city then surrendered to us. No doubt you had no inkling at Maleshov what a knight you had the honor to meet. And of course my feats on the field of battle do not end there.
Uh-huh. An unusual maneuver.
A bold maneuver.
Quite right. Courage is my middle name. Just as Monsieur Chapon says, Audantes Fortuna Juva. That day I was the bravest of them all and won the day.
So you disobeyed your commander and left your flank exposed? Your attack could have ended in a total fiasco. You were lucky the others came to your assistance and your entire force didn't collapse.
I hear thee speaking, but you are still wet behind the ears. So, I can forgive you. In short, I saw an opportunity and took it. Moments like that can decide entire wars.
What did your commander have to say?
He made me a knight and sent me to the royal court to inform the sovereign of our triumph.
Uh-huh.
I reckon he wanted to get you out of his hair.
Do not talk no sense.
That was what I was thinking, Henry. Do you have any other tales?
What other feats have you performed in battle?
Oh, many, mon ami. For one battle does not make a warrior. It would take a week to recount them all, so I will just tell you about my second greatest feat. On the Italian field, we faced John Hawkwood, a ruthless Englishman and a fearsome warrior. Surrounded, we were at his mercy. Night fell, and we knew he would attack at dawn, and that would be it. But just then, Providence put an idea in my mind.
Uh-huh. Did you set some kind of trap?
Did you set some kind of trap?
You could say so. Unobserved, I mounted my horse and set off to find help. And, La Dame Chance was exceedingly kind to me that day. As I rode away, by chance, I stepped it off of our horses. Thinking we were trying to break through, Les Anglais went to head them off. But while the English were occupied with my city, our units managed to flee. I saved many men from certain death that night, and many lords from the disgrace of capture. Needless to say, I was generously rewarded for my valor.
Mm-hmm.
That is indeed incredible. But you were just trying to flee, weren't you?
I wanted to bring reinforcements, but as I say, I merely follow Providence, and she guides my steps, from triumph to triumph, wherever I go. Stick close to me, Henri, and Providence will favor you too.
Uh-huh. I can see here that basically the moral of all of these stories is that he just kind of stumbles into success, and then he's sent away by whoever he was in charge of him at the time to be someone else's problem. What about the king?
How did you save the King of France?
With Providence as my guide, mon ami, I came to the court from the field of battle to bring news of our victory, because, and remember this, the bearer of good news is always rewarded and cherished. But the king was in a bad mood and did not wish to be disturbed. Maybe I thought the news of our victory will dispel his ill humor.
How could you tell him if he didn't want to be disturbed?
Ha! I climbed up to his balcony and into his chambers to surprise him with the joyful tidings. And lo and behold, the king was writhing and gasping on the floor, overcome by one of his fits. Wasting not a moment, I dashed over to him and unblocked his throat, thus saving his life. In return, the king bestowed on me the title of Échanson, or cupbearer, and other generous gifts. And I then spent a while in his service at court. Unfortunately, though, even the king's favor does not last forever, and minor mistakes can come to overshadow good deeds.
Uh-huh. What happened at court?
What happened at court that led to you being out of favor?
Well, perhaps I shall tell you some other time. Would you not rather hear about the glorious duel between Le Gris and Carouge?
I'd love to hear what happened at court.
Tell me what happened at court that caused you to lose favor.
Ah, a major setback and a gross injustice, mon ami. It is an unhappy memory, because it was the first time that La Dame Chance abandoned me.
It's nothing to be ashamed of. We can all learn from our failures. And I bet even your failures make for great stories.
Oui, that is certainly true. Very well, then. I suffered a combination of misfortunes all at once. But bad luck in business and on a hunt were the worst of all.
Okay. Tell me what happened with your misfortune in business.
You were in business?
Of course. I come from Brabant province, home to the greatest entrepreneur of all. My birthplace gave me an unrivaled nose for coin and the reputation of a financial expert. I was nicknamed the Seer of Louvain, and also the End of Midas. That is, until I persuaded an important nobleman to invest a large sum in maritime trade with Africa. All the ships he bought sank in a tempest. He had to sell off part of his estates to pay off his creditors. Of course, he wrongly blamed me for everything and turned many influential courtiers against me. But my advice was sound. He was simply punished by God for fornicating with every wench from the Pyrenees to Brittany, bragging about it and thus bringing shame on his gentle wife. I told him as much, but some people never admit their mistakes and prefer to blame others.
Uh-huh. Yeah, good we don't know anyone like that. We're gonna say maritime trade is too risky.
A sea voyage from France to Africa? You must have known that was a massive risk.
A risk, perhaps, but think of the fortune to be made. A man must think big if he wants to achieve greatness, no?
Big ideas often lead to big trouble. Storms, pirates, sea monsters, uncharted waters. It was a disaster waiting to happen, Baron. You should have tried the Baltic trade route.
You are right. That would have been safer. But that is under Hanseatic control and there is too much competition. Africa, mon ami, that is the land of opportunity. The Arabs sell to the Portuguese via Ceuta and they sell on to us. Just imagine selling further and trading directly with African kings, cutting out all of those middlemen. Remember this, because one day I will be proven right.
It's not entirely wrong. What was the hunting incident?
What was the hunting incident?
We were out in the royal hunting grounds when I caught sight of a white stag. There had long been rumors about it, so imagine the prestige I would have gained by getting it. I set off after it, pierced its flank with arrows, and unleashed the hounds to finish it off. When I arrived, it turned out that my hounds had not killed a stag but the horse of a lady, a court favorite of the queen's. I fell out of her favor, and all the doors became closed to me.
Damned bad luck.
You were damned unlucky. But that could have happened to anyone, couldn't it?
Quite right. I'm glad you are sensible enough to agree with me. A misfortune like that, which could indeed happen to anyone, would make lesser men roll with laughter. But the other lords were afraid I would outshine them, so they were waiting for a chance to get rid of me. And that chance came along, unfortunately.
Well, tell me about that duel.
Luckery and Cargouche. Sounds like a pair of jesters.
En aucun cas. Jacques le Gris and Jean de Carouge. These two great knights were in a legal dispute over an estate. But above all, when de Carouge was on a campaign, Le Gris fornicated with his wife. She claimed that he had raped her, while he said he had seduced him. And because everyone swore to their own truth on the Bible, the matter had to be settled by combat. First, they jousted. Then they fought on foot with sword and axe. Le Gris thought victory was in his grasp, but de Carouge suddenly pounced on him, wrested him to the ground, and beat him so terribly that he knocked off his helmet and cuirass. Even so, Le Gris refused to admit his guilt, and de Carouge drove a dagger through his neck. And if you promise not to tell, I will let you into a secret about that dagger.
Okay, tell me the secret.
Tell me the secret. I promise I'll keep it to myself.
Bien. As I say, de Carouge killed Le Gris with a dagger. And I found that dagger in the mud after the duel. A blessed blade, an instrument of divine justice. The dagger that ended the last trial by combat France ever witnessed. An item of great value. So, I had several copies made and sold them to rich French noblemen.
Oh, no.
That is how I first came into wealth. And I used the coin to buy the horse and armor I needed to set off in pursuit of glory in battle.
That's fraud.
That's fraud.
You need to be more enterprising, mon ami. Where you see fraud, I saw an opportunity.
Also, wait a second.
It was one of the greatest things I ever saw, and I have seen a lot. Believe me. Half of France came to watch, including the king himself, who then banned trial by combat in France forever. I later told the story to anyone who was interested. One of my listeners, a certain Froissart, wrote my icon down and became famous. I could have written it myself, of course, but I am happy to help others find success.
Okay, so the bit where I said, wait a second. Why did he need the original dagger? If he's just going to make a bunch of daggers and say, like, oh, this was the dagger that did this, like, surely this one specific dagger, not everyone knew what it looked like. You could have just made any old dagger and went, yep, that was the one. That was the one that was used. Like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like you needed the original at all. It's not like they could have looked up the video and gone, oh yeah, it matches. Anyway, tell me about Brabant.
Tell me about Brabant province. Is it far from here?
Quite far. From Bohemia, you would go to Bamberg and then follow the river Main until it joins the Rhone. Then you sail down the Rhone until it reaches the sea. And there, between the river and La Flandre, you will find Brabant, with its wealthy cities. Anvers, Bruxelles, Louvain, and many others. But those three cities are the equal of Paris, Rome, or your Prague. Both the Dukes of Burgundy and the Imperial Princes would like to annex our land to theirs, because its flourishing trade has made it rich. But like everywhere else, you can only come into wealth by birth or by enterprise, which is how I did it.
How did you end up in Bohemia?
How did you end up here?
Leaving the court with a modest sum, I launched to visit faraway lands. I traveled a lot, spending time in various countries, and having many great adventures. When I learned that l'Empereur Charles, that great friend of France, had built the magnificent city of Prague in Bohème, I had to see it.
So people in foreign countries speak highly of Prague?
Bien sûr! It was abroad that I heard of King Wenceslas' silver city and its reputed vast wealth. I bought the abandoned Miskowitz estates and shares in the cotton-bearing mines. And for a time I settled here to provide for myself and wait for King Wenceslas, whom I wished to serve. But even here fate did not let me be. When Sigismund brought his army to the city, I appointed myself to lead its defense. For how better to make King Wenceslas aware of me than by saving his beloved city? Victory was assured, but the burghers had other ideas. The city was handed over to the enemy, and I with it, stripped of my possessions. I languished in captivity, until fate again stepped in by sending you to Malishov.
Interesting. He says he bought the Miskovitz estate, which is somewhere we've been. Anyway, you speak our language very well.
Sir Vaclin, I'm surprised how well you speak our language. Where did you learn it?
Where do you think? Here, of course. Ce n'était même pas difficile. Perhaps I have already mentioned that I am guided by Providence. She endowed me with many talents, mastery of language among them. I can communicate almost everywhere in a word, and learn every new tongue in a trice. I now speak French, German, Italian, Latin, Hungarian, and Czech. Some English, though that is only a necessary evil.
Thanks for sharing your stories with me, Sir Vaclin.
Okay. What do you think of our band?
What do you think of our band of outcasts?
Well, I cannot say I expected to end up in this kind of company. I am more used to royal courts or, at least, wealthy burghers. But a man must accept his destiny as it comes.
Okay, what do you think of Zizka?
What do you think of Zizka?
Le Chevalier Jan? Well, he's not doing badly for a minor nobleman, but I think he will never be accepted among the higher nobles and knights. That takes a lot more. Mark my words. I am a good judge of people.
Okay. How about Sir Hans?
How do you get on with Sir Hans?
Oh, young Lord Chapon may be inexperienced and hot-headed at times, but he's one of the few here who knows how to play chess. And I have a great respect for chess players. Needless to say, he has not managed to beat me yet. Godwin and Jiska can also play. Ah, and that devil in press clothing beat me. Merde.
Okay. Tell me more about him.
Have you met Godwin?
The priest who is very skilled with a sword. Priests should not be such good swordsmen. That is what knights like me are for. In addition, he can play chess just as well as he wields a sword. And in drinking wine, he beats even the best Frenchmen. A man of talents. Or perhaps the devil is behind it.
Okay. Tell me about Samuel.
Have you had the chance to meet my half-brother yet?
Samuel, it is strange that he joined your, our group. It is not usual for his, people. But he's certainly a good reinforcement.
Okay. Tell me about Sir Hinnick, or rather Dry Devil.
What do you think of Sir Hinnick?
Ah, le diable sec. A capable chevalier. But I do not trust him. There is treachery in his eyes.
You think so?
My instinct rarely lets me down.
Okay. And Janosch and Adder?
How do you get on with Janosch and Adder?
Oh, those two. Once in Kuttenberg, I also had a servant who pretended not to understand me and thought I did not understand him when he spoke German in my presence. But he was wrong. He is no longer my servant.
Okay, Kubienka?
What do you think of Kubienka?
A good warrior. But he has no morals and no manners, like all mercenaries.
Well, I don't think he cares much about that.
And that is just the problem. How can you trust a man who does not want to be a knight?
I wouldn't say he has no morals. If he had no morals, he wouldn't have come with us to the Jewish quarter. I'm just saying. Alright, we're gonna say this one.
I can't get Catherine out of my head. I don't understand her. I'm sure you have more experience of love than me. What do you make of her? Why is she with us?
Ah, you're right. I am a connoisseur of love like I am of wine. But for my tastes, Mademoiselle Catherine is of somewhat aged vintage. Though, I have to admit she's full-bodied and fragrant.
That's not really what I meant. Why is a woman like her with us?
Là est la question. I had the feeling something terrible happened to her in the past.
So do I. But what?
I have no idea. But she is fond of you, if you ask me. Try asking her, and maybe something will come of it. L'amour.
Oh, come on.
I am a good judge of people, trust me. L'amour.
Okay. What happened during the siege of Gutenberg?
Tell me, how did the siege of Kuttenberg go?
Ah, mon ami, poorly, poorly. But what could I do? Stand down from leading the defense like a coward? After all, I had to live up to my reputation. And at the time, it did not look hopeless at all. I thought it would be enough to stall Sigismund for a while before the Allied army arrived. And that would not have been so difficult.
Only no army arrived.
Précisément. The hope for a swift end melted away, and the courage of the burghers along with it. I, who fought in 5 countries, was relieved of command, arrested, and handed over to Sigismund.
Your attack on the trebuchets failed, though.
I heard your attack on the trebuchets was a disaster.
It is true, but that was not my fault. The Kurtenbergers blamed me to cover up their own failure. Ces connards. I made the correct decision, but I was given bad intelligence. The Kurtenberg spies that I sent out reported that the trebuchets weren't defended, but they were too cowardly to take a good look from up close. This tragedy would never have happened if it were not for their stupidity and lack of heart. But enough of that. There is no point, as you say, in crying over the spilled milk. One must move forward. In the meantime, however, I can pass on some of my experience to you. After all, I am not getting any younger, so it is time to pass my wisdom on to future generations.
Okay.
I'd like to learn.
It will take some time, and a few groschen, mon ami. Acquiring my art came at great cost, so I cannot pass it on for free. Especially now when I have been injustly stripped of my possessions, and I must rely only on my sharp wits. Ainsi va le destin. So, what would you like to know?
Oh. You know what? Actually, teach us about polearms.
As a knight, you must know how to fight with a polearm as well.
Certainement, but not with a halberd or some other farm implement. Such things are good only for les Anglais. I would only ever use a proper poleaxe. 6 feet long, with a blade top with a spike for piercing heavy armor. Only such a polearm is worthy of a knight, and I shall demonstrate why. Allons-y, mon ami. Let us not waste any time.
Okay. Well, we have now improved our polearms, which is good, because polearms is something that we are not getting naturally. Also, this whole time I've been like, Henry, wash your face, wash your face. Done that. We probably need to speak to some more people here before we even get to Jan. But anyway, let's go here. I want to buy you, I guess I'll buy a basic Nighthawk. Don't need quick finger. Do need your weak savior schnapps. Skill book. Yeah, I'll buy it anyway, even if we're not gonna get any benefit from it, because we can get some stuff off of that, as in we can get some scholarship. I'm happy to just pay, I think.
I'm glad you found what you needed, Henry.
Another day behind us, eh?
Good evening.
Where's Godwin? I don't know. Anyway, we've talked to Godwin for a while. Kubayenka. Okay, so we've done that. Yana's main quest. Kozlik? Mikesh is your brother?
I wanted to ask you, is Mikesh your brother?
Of course. We even look like each other. I'm the handsomer one, of course.
You don't seem...
Then you're as blind as a mole.
You don't seem to be brothers.
Do you have a brother, since you seem to be an expert in it?
Me? Well, I think,
You see, you're not sure either, but I swear by Mikesh.
as I saw it, you just keep pissing him off about something.
Aye, that's what older brothers are for. They're always pissing you off somehow, but when you're fucked up, they won't let you down.
Really?
Oh, certainly. Unless that is your Sigismund or Wenceslas of Luxembourg. Those two brothers and their entire extended family piss all of us off. Oh, aye. May the Lord grant Emperor Charles eternal glory, that he raised up some right bastards.
What did you do before?
What did you do before you joined Zizka?
Well, brother, everything. But I never stuck with anything for too long. I reckon I just have a kind of strange nature.
And isn't it because you always end up stealing something?
Well, when you say it that way, it's not very flattering, is it?
You never stop blithering, do you?
Unfortunately, my brother Mikesh was born strong and grumpy, while I'm the one who got a sense of humor.
Really? So you can give me some advice, eh?
Ha! For free?
No. For 30 pieces of silver, I reckon. Here and there, it seems to me that you're almost too clever. You must have been in a monastery, right, Kozlik?
Is that the question you meant to ask?
Aye. I want to know how much we have in common.
What? Did you also escape from the monastery dormitory through the latrine?
No. But I have my own experience with the monastic order.
But you didn't trade fake communion wafers, did you?
What?
And you didn't escape, dressed as a nun, on the abbot's horse with his silver either, did you?
Good. That's enough. I think we'll skip that.
And it's such a funny story. If Mikesh wouldn't have had to take a piss at the time, we could have been rich. But you know how it is. Mother Superior was a little surprised by his equipment.
My God, really?
Aye, exactly. Man proposes and God disposes. See you later.
Okay, Mikesh. Kozlik is your brother?
Hey, I'd be quite interested to know if Kozlik really is your brother.
Now, how'd you figure that out?
I don't know. Maybe a few minor similarities?
Aye. Like he's the fool and always gets us into trouble. But if it was up to me, I would have strangled him with our shared umbilical cord. But I didn't want to make myself an only child.
Wait, that doesn't add up, does it?
What doesn't add up?
Well, isn't he older than you?
You see, he won't even let me enjoy that. That's just the way he is.
Younger brothers can be cruel, eh?
Oh, you don't know the half of it. Do you have a brother?
You know, I don't even know.
You haven't had an easy life either, eh? I reckon you didn't know your father.
Nah, you're wrong there. I even knew both of them.
Oh, aye. Every time something goes wrong, it's the fault of younger brothers or bastards. The whole world is built upon this simple truth.
Uh-huh. And can you give me an example?
Of course. Just look at what Sigismund is doing to his older brother, Wenceslas. Wonderful relatives. And they're not only pissing each other off, but all of us who have to live here in this fucking mess called Bohemia.
What did you do before?
What did you do before you joined Zizka's band?
I tried to stay away as far as possible from that crazy goat.
You mean your brother, Kozlik?
Well, of course. He has an irrepressible talent for ruining every deal and scheme I can think of. So many times I could have been rich if this angel of destruction hadn't appeared.
Is it really that bad?
I don't know. I don't really keep tabs on his good deeds.
But doing good deeds is right.
That fella could return what he stole and still get caught for it. And he also falls in love with every woman who walks by and nods at him in greeting.
And what about you?
Me? I fell in love once. It was love like in a dream. But then that dream turned into a nightmare. So I got out of there. Women. They're a dangerous thing for us blokes. And the prettier they are, the more dangerous they turn out to be. You never know when the joy will turn into pain. It was good to see you, my friend.
Well, that's a good point to leave that conversation. We've spoken to Hans, we've done these guys. Let's see if there's anyone else, because there are actually quite a few people here who have new dialogue, or people we haven't spoken to before. Assuming you don't have anything new, right? No, doesn't appear to be anything new there. Right, close the door. There's Zizka. Oh, I need to... Wait, you might have this. Innkeep. Require a torch. Thank you. I'm going to buy 3.
I'm glad you found what you needed, Henry.
And then I can actually equip these torches. Right. That's the wrong one. There we go. I don't know why it... Okay, I'll just press the equip button. I don't know why dragging seems to not be working right now. Anyway. Cool.
Take care.
So now I have a torch again. The only reason I figured that out is I tried to press the torch button and nothing came out. So I was like, ah. Samuel has nothing to say. Let's head up here. Nobody is upstairs. Implied that Catherine was around, which is why I was looking specifically. I was like, definitely implied she was around. Ah, there's where Godwin was. Ah, okay. Didn't know who that person was, so I thought I could maybe catch him. I'll have to do this. I'm doing that. Hired hand. Okay.
Excuse me?
You're excused. Anyone in the back here? Nope. Okay, I think we might have spoken to everybody who's actually here.
Greetings.
Yes. Alright, Jan.
Greetings, Captain.
Alright, we're gonna do this from a different seat. Right. Really? I bring news from Kusenberg.
I bring bad news from Kuttenberg. Eric's soldiers and the town rabble have torched the Jewish quarter. Fortunately, we saved most of the people. But I doubt they can form an alliance with us now.
Fuck. Where are they now?
Samuel and the rabbi took those who survived to Colleen.
Shit. We have to find Dry Devil and Capon and decide what to do next. Come on, there's no time to waste. Right, gentlemen. I think it's clear to all of you what a shitty fucking mess we're in. We were caught off guard at Rabosh.
And they nearly fucking kill us all.
Yes, and they attacked the Jewish quarter.
Thanks a lot for reminding me. I almost forgot.
At least Henry here and Kubienka got most of the people out.
That's true. Good work, men. How did it all go down?
Let's say we were very lucky.
Well, to tell the truth, we were lucky as hell. We got there before it all started in earnest. That's why we managed to get those people out.
Lucky my arse. We gave those bastards a thrashing. They thought they'd loot and torch the whole place, but we scared them shitless.
It is nice that you found my people suffering so entertaining. But what I want to know now is how you all intend to avenge them.
Well, what do you have in mind?
Well, let's use our speech.
We shouldn't give up. That's the main thing.
Except that Sigismund has the League of Lords and a whole fucking army. And what do we have? Fuck all! Come on, lads. Jobst will bring his army soon. It'd be fucking mad to try on anything big before that.
It might take weeks for them to arrive. Von Berghoff will have found and caught us by then. We have to get rid of Von Berghoff. It's because of him that we're in the situation we're in, after all.
You mean in the shit, Sir Hans? No need to mince words.
Let's say Hans is right. We'll back him up. I do think that we should probably get rid of Eric or Sigismund, but we're going to back up Hans because he's our mate.
Sir Hans here is right. It's starting to piss me off the way Von Berghoff's been stringing us along all this time.
That fucker is Sigismund's right hand. So we'll chop it off.
Why kill him? You know what ransom we can get for that bastard.
Are you all fucking daft? Von Berger was holed up in Malashov, so unless any of you can fly, we can't get to him.
Oh, that's true. To take a cost like that, we'd need a dozen men, ladders, and maybe also a trebuchet or cannon.
There's no maybe about it. We'd certainly need a cannon.
So we steal the one von Berghoff used at Nebakov.
Now why don't we just steal all the silver from the Italian court and buy our own, eh? Use your head before you open your mouth.
Hang on. Maybe Janosch's idea isn't all that bad.
Also, why can we not just use the secret passageway back into Malashov? Anyway, well, I guess we'll ignore that. How do you mean?
How do you mean?
I recently sent Catherine to spy on Sigismund's military camp near Opatovitz. She told me Von Berghoff has his cannon stashed away there. But it seems things are getting a bit out of hand there. So the Prague regiment he's in charge of is going to move it to Sedlets. And it might not be that well guarded along the way.
So we'll steal it.
So we'll steal it, right? We'll wait till they go through some ravine, and we'll shoot at them from the rocks. The way you did to us before Nebakov.
I see you've learned something from me. But it's not that simple. What we need is for one of us to get amongst the Pragas, so he can keep an eye open and tell us when they're moving out.
And if we succeed, what then? There's 5.5 of us. Even with a cannon, that's not enough to take Malashov.
Well, we need reinforcements.
There's not much we can achieve on our own.
But show me the fool who'd want to join us.
There's always a few mercenaries around, right?
And how are you going to pay them, eh? I sure as fuck haven't got the coin.
That's enough! Von Berghoff has to die. Painfully, and above all, as soon as possible. And if there are not enough of you, this might help.
Well, well. That's a sight for sore eyes. Why the fuck didn't you show us that earlier? We could have saved ourselves a lot of blathering.
Where did he get so much coin?
Where did you get such a fortune? After what happened?
People in Kolin decided to help. They are looking after our refugees and want to send everyone a strong signal that we will not be silenced.
So that's why you were so eager to go there.
Let's just say thank you. We need the money. We'll take the money.
We really appreciate it, son. Believe me.
And we won't mind if you got a couple of more purses like that.
If you will permit, monsieur, I might be able to contribute. I know a few mercenaires in this part. They may not be la cavalerie royale, but for such a purse, they will gladly tear Malishov down stone by stone.
Ah, a company of mercenaries, a surprise attack, and a cannon in reserve. We could do something with that, couldn't we?
No, not so fast. We don't have the cannon yet.
Then we'll fucking get it. We'll find a good spot for an ambush and send someone into the camp to spy on them. What about you, Henry? You'll get yourself recruited into the Prague regiment, and when they take the cannon to Sedlitz, you'll send us a message via Catherine.
I'll be glad to.
I was afraid you'd never ask. I can just see the look on von Bergov's face when we point his own cannon straight at it.
That's settled then. Henry will go to the camp. Catherine will tell you all you need to know. You'll find her in the bathhouse there. In the meantime, Ada here can go to Malishov and find out how von Berkov and his people are stationed there. But look, don't touch.
Za kogo ty mnie kurwa masz?
A lot of soldiers need a lot to eat. We'll have to stock up.
I'll go hunting. This tavern's a bit crammed for my liking as it is.
And what are we going to do?
We're going to prepare a warm welcome for the Praguers.
What do you say, Sir Hinek?
Well, what the fuck are you all sitting here for? Didn't you hear? The fun's about to start!
Aha.
Can I have a word?
Was it you, Hans, who said that? You need something?
Henry, my most faithful friend.
Uh-oh. That sounds a bit too friendly for my liking. You need something, don't you?
Me? Never. But you do. You need to relax a bit. Let your hair down. So it occurred to me, you might like to go hunting with me.
Poaching, you mean?
Poaching's what commoners do, not me. Come on. We promised Zhishka we'd find some meat for the mercenaries, didn't we?
Well, you promised to go hunting, I suppose, but I'm just going to say that's a good idea.
That's a good idea, actually. Where should we go?
I found this great spot in the forest near Bohunyevitz, an abandoned hunter's camp. I thought you might like to come with me, have a drink, chat, and do some hunting. What's more, it's on the way to Sigismund's camp.
Give me a second.
I've got some things to do first.
No rest for the wicked, eh? Drop by when you're free then.
Cool. And that is what we're going to do at the start of next episode. Although, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to probably sleep and then do that. What we're going to do now is we're going to drink some Savior Schnapps. And then we're going to end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.